Alright guys, today I want to show you how to crochet feather stitch. So now let's start with any even number of the foundation chains. And for this tutorial, I made 26 foundation chains, and our first row is in half double crochet. So the first row is pretty easy, and how we do it, we do yarn over and insert the hook into the second chain from the hook. The loop on our hook we don't count as a as a first chain, but whatever is below, so it's 1, 2. Also, another thing, it's just a little tiny detail, but some crocheters, they insert the hook into that V-stitch, as you can see when you see the foundation chain. I rather insert the hook when you turn the foundation chain. You can see the bumps. So one bump is one chain. It's like a little detail. I feel like it makes a nice cleaner edge of the project, but there's nothing like wrong or right like technique how to do it, so I leave it on you. But if you want to give it a try, go ahead. Otherwise, but it applies to all of us. No matter where you insert the hook, we insert the hook into the second chain from the hook, and one chain skipped is only a turning chain, so it does not count as a stitch. So we do yarn over, insert the hook into the second chain, yarn over, pull up the loop. We have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull up the loop through all 3. This is our half double crochet, and this is what you repeat until the end of the row. So again, you do yarn over, insert the hook into the next chain, yarn over, pull up the loop. We have 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull up the loop through all 3. So this is the half double crochet, and this is what we do until the end of the row. Alright, so this is my first row of half double crochet, and because we started with the even number of the foundation chain, now you should have odd number of the stitches. So I recommend to just recount it if you have the right number, because now it's very important to have the odd number. So now we are at the end of the first row. So the second row is that we do chain 1, then turn the project like a book page. This chain 1 is only a turning chain, so it does not count as a first stitch. And now we make our first half double crochet into the first stitch, so it's right here. So we basically skip that chain 1 that we did, and if I would look at it from the top, I would insert the hook into that second, but basically it's the first stitch. So into the first stitch, make your half double crochet, then you will do chain 1. You will skip the next stitch and make your half double crochet into the next one. So we created the chain space like right here, so you can see it. Now let's repeat it until the end of the row. So you will do chain 1, next skip the next stitch, and into the next one you make your half double crochet. Chain 1, skip the stitch, and into the next one half double crochet. So that's what you repeat until the end of the row. So now at the end of the row you should have 2 stitches left. So now I just will make my chain 1, create the chain space, and my last final stitch is the half double crochet. So that's why we need the odd number. So now it looks like this, the second row. And now let's head to the third one, and that's one that we're gonna repeat. It's gonna be our actual feather stitch. So we do chain 1, we turn the project, and now let's start with the feather stitch of the third row. So now what we're gonna do, we do simply first stitch is half double crochet. So again, you will insert the hook into the first stitch, not the chain 1 space, but into that final half double crochet from the previous row. So don't the chain 1 turning chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch, but it's just a turning chain. So into this first one, let's make your half double crochet, and now let's start the feather stitch. So you will do yarn over, you will insert the hook into that chain space, yarn over, pull up the loop. We have 3 loops on our hook. You do yarn over. Now you will insert the hook into the row below, into that stitch that we skipped of the second row. So we insert the hook into that skipped stitch, yarn over, pull up the loop, make it as the same height as the half double crochet. Then do again yarn over and insert the hook into the next chain space, which is here. Again yarn over, pull up the loop. We should have 7 loops on our hook. So let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now let's do yarn over and pull up the loop through the whole, all 7 loops. This is our first feather stitch. Now just yarn over and just make a chain. Now let's do the second one. So now let's do yarn over, insert the hook into the same chain space when you just created your last step of the first feather stitch. So into that same chain space you do insert the hook, yarn over, pull up the loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, then you will insert the hook into that chain 1 right below of that chain space. So basically it's the same chain space, but you will insert the hook into that stitch that you skipped, yarn over, pull up the loop, and again just make it the same height as the other half double crochets. Then yarn over and insert the hook into the next chain space. So it's right this one, yarn over, pull up the loop. And now you should have 7 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull up the loop through all 7 loops and chain 1. So this is your feather stitch, and this is what you repeat until the end of the row. So I will show you again. You do yarn over, insert the hook into the same chain space that we just finished our feather stitch, the last step of that. Yarn over, pull up the loop, yarn over, insert the hook into the chain, the skipped stitch from the previous row, yarn over, pull up the loop, yarn over, and now insert the hook into the next chain space, which is right here. Yarn over, pull up the loop. You should have 7 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull up the loop through the whole 7 loops, and then yarn over, pull up a loop. So now you can see how it's getting the shape of the feather stitch. You can also see like a little bit of the spaces like right here. So now this is what you repeat until the end, but once I'm at the end, I'll be right back. So let me maybe show you one more time just to be sure. So you do yarn over, insert the hook into the same chain space as we just created the last step of the feather stitch. You have 3 loops, yarn over, insert the hook into that chain, the skipped stitch from the previous row, which is right here. Yarn over, pull up the loop. Now we have 5 loops on our hook, yarn over, insert the hook into the next chain space. You have 7 loops, yarn over, pull through all 7 and chain 1. So let's repeat that, and I'll meet you once I'm at the end of the row. So now I'm at the end of my row, because now I just finished my last feather stitch. So you can see that my last final step of the feather stitch is in that chain space. Now what we're gonna do, then we actually do the chain 1. And now we basically skip that the next stitch or the next chain. We do yarn over and make our final half double crochet into the last stitch. So now we basically created a chain space here. It maybe looks weird, but don't worry, of the next row we will fill it up, that space. So now what we're gonna do, we do chain 1 and turn. And now let's start with the 4th row. So how we do it is that we do yarn over, insert the hook into that first stitch and make half double crochet, and then chain 1. So now let's do the yarn over and start with our first feather stitch for the row. So you do yarn over, insert the hook into that chain space, yarn over, pull up the loop, you do yarn over, and now you will insert the hook into the chain space that we have it below. So you can see that we don't have the chain spaces, but you can see the spaces of the previous row. So it's right here between the feather stitches basically. So now this one is pretty straightforward. I think that it's more visible right now. So you will insert the hook in there, yarn over, pull up the loop. Now you do yarn over and insert the hook into the next one chain space, which is right here. Yarn over, pull up the loop. So again, you have 7 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull up the loop through all 7. And then chain 1. And now you will repeat that. So you will do yarn over, insert the hook into the same chain space that we just finalized the first feather stitch, yarn over, pull up the loop, yarn over, and then below you can see that chain space or the space. So you will insert the hook right into there, yarn over, pull up the loop, yarn over, and insert the hook into the next chain space. Again, you have 7 loops on your hook, so you just pull through all of them and chain 1. So now again, you do yarn over, insert the hook into the same chain space, yarn over, pull up the loop, yarn over, and now you will insert the hook right into this chain space right below, yarn over, pull up the loop. Now you do yarn over and insert the hook into the next chain space. 7 loops, yarn over, pull all through, and chain 1. So repeat this until the end. So once I'm at the end, I will show you again like how to do the end. But basically from now on, you will be repeating that 4th row. All right, so now I'm at the end, and I just want to tell you that don't forget about the last chain space, which is right here. It might be a little bit kind of invisible, but it's still there. So now we can make another one, the feather stitch. So you do as you know, so yarn over, insert the hook into the same chain space, yarn over, insert the hook into the below the space, and again yarn over and insert the hook into that last chain space right here. Now you have 7 loops and chain 1. So now once you finish it, you will do yarn over and insert the make your half double crochet into the final stitch, so which is right here. Now you do chain 1 and turn the project. Now you are so you're gonna be repeating the 4th row, so this row. So now what we did is that we do yarn over, insert the hook into the first stitch, make the half double crochet, chain 1, and now you start with your feather stitch, and it's exactly in the same. So you can see the chain spaces right here in the below and also here of the previous row. So now I'll just show you like just one more. So you do yarn over, insert the hook into that first chain space, yarn over, pull up the loop, yarn over, right below there's that space, so you insert the hook there, yarn over, pull up the loop, yarn over, and insert the hook into the next chain space. So you have 7 loops, pull through, and chain 1. So that's everything what you need to know for the feather stitch. If you're not sure about how to start the next ones, you can always go back to that 4th row, and then because then you repeated the row until the desired length. Let me make a few more rows, so then I can show you how the feather stitch looks in in more rows. So yeah, let's keep crocheting, and I'll be here in a moment. Alright guys, so I made a little bit more rows, so now you can see how the texture looks of the feather stitch. It's a gorgeous stitch. I absolutely love it. It's kind of like a squishy, sturdy. I think that it would be actually any project would be really beautiful, and I'm sure that if you would maybe also change the colors of each row, it would make a nice like a transition too. So this is everything what you need to know for the feather stitch. Feel free to see my blog where I have the full tutorial as well, and photo tutorial, written pattern, and also other free crochet patterns. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and happy crocheting.